Good day, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we break down how plastics can be degraded. I welcome you specially and congratulate you for finding this YouTube channel. Welcome. And I want us to know that one of the major things we'll be discussing is how plastics are degraded. And we're choosing plastic because of the many issues associated with plastics in the world, not just our immediate country, but in the world. Now, I want us to also have it at the back of our mind that many times we can be concentrating so much on polyethylene. However, whatever plastic it is that we're working with, we can apply the same thing to it. We can apply the same working mechanism to the plastic with just little tweaking. And I'm always available to help to assist. I'm going to talk about the reason for polyethylene while we go on. So now let me dive into one of the reasons why we're here. Now we know that plastic pollution has become a major global environmental problem due to the massive production and persistence of synthetic plastics. From the time of COVID-19, now the need for different type of packaging arose, and at that time, the production of plastics in every form, polyethylene, polypropylene, polyethylene terephthalate, polyurethane, tripled because it was necessary to meet people's need. And as a result, the increase in plastics. Now, wonder why, okay, but when I get a plastic and dispose it, one of the issues with plastics is that it's not easy to degrade. Now, so of these plastics, we have different types of plastics. But of these plastics, polyethylene are the most produced. Now, in 2023, polyethylene accounts for roughly 38% of annual plastic production among all the plastics. Now, polyethylene is the most produced worldwide, not just in 2023, 2025, 26 that we have. Polyethylene is the most produced. And this is the reason why we're concentrating on polyethylene. Because imagine that we're able to degrade a plastic that accounts for 1/4 of the entire plastic production in the world. That's progress. Now, when we talk about polyethylene, the major challenge with polyethylene is its chemical structure. It has a stable carbon-carbon backbone, is highly hydrophobic, that is, it doesn't like water, and its crystalline nature makes it highly resistant to natural degradation process. Now, what do we do when there's already a challenge? When polyethylene is already proven resistant to degradation? As a scientist, we believe that microorganisms are in the world to save the world, and then it doesn't cost nothing to use microorganisms. So we decided that using conventional methods, when we say conventional method of plastic degradation, we mean burning them. You agree with me that when we burn plastics, they cause depletion of the ozone layer, and that in turn affects human beings. Okay, somebody say, oh, let's not burn them. Let's dump them at the dump site. Tell me what you think happens in the dump site. They do not degrade, they do not go away because dumping them in the dump site, one, they do not go away. During rainy season, they could cause flood because, of course, they clog drainages. They also go into the ocean and affect aquatic organisms. Now, this is causing detrimental effect to the ecosystem. So now we cannot even dump them. When you even dump them, they affect the soil. They affect the soil organisms because of course we also have soil organisms. So dumping them is also not an option. Okay, somebody said we could recycle them. Now the truth is that how many Yes, we could recycle them, absolutely. But how many of these plastics can we recycle? When we're talking about the population of over 50 million tons of plastics, how many of them can be recycled? So these methods are detrimental to, is either they're detrimental to human health, detrimental to animal health. They're not effective. They're not 100% effective. So we decided as scientists to use microorganisms for plastic degradation. That is one of the major reasons why this channel is here, to talk about how we can use microorganisms in the degradation of plastics. Now, why are we interested in using microorganisms? Because microorganisms do not cost a thing. They are economically friendly and environmentally friendly. Now, this is the best approach in the degradation of plastic. It does not cost a thing to culture a microorganism to degrade the plastic, nor does it cost anything in the environment. Now, so now this has motivated the search of microorganisms and their enzymes capable of degrading polyethylene, especially because I'm not interested in polyethylene, like I earlier mentioned, because it is the most produced. Now, so now we already established that this YouTube channel is created to assist in the quest of microorganisms to degrade plastics, especially polyethylene. And I also mentioned that it's not limited to polyethylene, because whatever method that we use for polyethylene can be used for other plastic alike. Now I'm going to let us know that we're going to be looking at this degradation process in two ways. First is experimentally, like how we do that in the lab. And second, we're going to be using in silico analysis. When we say in silico analysis involves the use of computers. Now, we don't even need to go to the lab. We just sit behind their computers and then we try to find microorganisms that are able to degrade plastics, especially polyethylene. I welcome you once again to my YouTube channel. This is like a brief introduction so that when you come in, you know what you're coming into. Welcome once again. Thank you.